Hi, I'm Kenna Squires, and today I kind of like to talk about the fundamentals of having a handle on your horse before you go to the pattern with them. And to start with, I want a horse that'll turn around. They don't have to be rode two-handed, they can be rode one-handed, but they better turn around because I guided them. And if they'll roll over their hocks a little and move their feet, turn their head when I ask them to, and stay balanced, or move it out. You got control in a small circle. That's what I want. If I want to roll them back around on their hocks, bob. But more than anything, I want a horse that sets right, that stops right. When I move them off, I want them to trot, and when I sit down, they sit down. If I don't have to touch their head, the better off I am. When I sit down, they sit down. Whoa. And the easier you can do that, the better. Whoa. If they can't back up and roll over their hocks a little bit, they're not ready for me to start them. And this is real simple. And a colt this is a little bit older horse. A colt is going to be a little greener at that. You can't expect them to make every step right, but they need to at least attempt to get that hind leg under them and roll over it. And when I go on to the pattern from there, they need to. I want to go slow. I do everything the same spot, or I try to do everything where I cue my horses. Where I always stop my horses at a barrel. Some I stop less than others. Some I stop like I really mean it because they need it, and some I just sit down and that's all it takes for them. And of course those kind are usually the funnest to ride. But I want to do the same thing in the same spot at every speed. If I do that, then my horse is never confused about where I'm going to cue them. And that's what I think. The less confusion, I'm real literal. When I go around the barrel, I go around it like I mean to run around it. I don't do a whole lot of, I start them wide, going into a barrel, and then you can always move in, but if you start a horse coming into a barrel too close, the faster you go, if that gets to be a problem, there's not much you can do about it. Pulling one away from a barrel is a whole lot harder than getting one to move into it, as far as I'm concerned, I think. But if they can't tip their nose and walk gently around the barrel like this, then they're too green for me to be riding them around the barrels yet. And every one of my colts will do this. If I've got 2 weeks in on them and they're 30 days broke, they better be able to do that before I ever start. And start with something with some talent. Don't waste your time on horses that aren't talented. Your time is worth something. And it's in the eye of the beholder on how talented you want your horse. Willing is my favorite part. If they're willing, they'll get a lot more of my time.